Hi, welcome to Tech Ranch, a place where we learn and earn technical skills in the most efficient way. Let's make coding fun. Today we are introducing a new course on HTML, Hypertext Markup Language. In this course, we are going to share some information and sessions about introduction of HTML, HTML tags, HTML forms, images, multimedia, video, drag and drop feature, and many more. So let's start with introduction of HTML, Hypertext Markup Language. Before we get into the hypertext markup language, first we have to understand what is the concept behind and from where it started. So as you can see here, the entire word is connected with a hub and they are communicating with the help of a service called Internet Service Provider. Now, Internet Service Provider will provide you a domain and IP address and a port number with some domain name, which helps to give you a platform or a source of communication from one point to another or all over the world. Now, here, if you see, they need a particular type of protocol over which they will communicate. There are so many other HTTP, FTP, and many more. Out of this, they need a particular resource or a particular platform, or you can say a particular form to provide that content all over the world. That's what we call World Wide Web. World Wide Web is an information system on the internet which allows documents to be connected to other documents by hypertext links, enabling the user to search for information by moving from one document to another. And that's the form is going to be provided by the browser. That's what the browser. In the simple words, you can say is just something like called a notice board. A school notice board or a college notice board or any kind of community notice board which has all type of information to be published to all the audience or visitors to that particular community. If they have any kind of announcement, they will just simply put the notice on the notice board. Application form is available, put it in the notice board. Result declaration, event scheduling, calendar, data organizer, multimedia support, publish internet content, exhibition, announcement, report generation and publish. So all these services is going to be, all these information is going to be put it in a notice board of a school or a community. That's what happened when the visitor visit that particular notice board and see that information, and he will be aware and going for that service, he will reach out that particular person or venue or time or any information. So this notice board is nothing but the browser, and in the browser we put the message. That message is nothing but the HTML form. So these information is organized all over the worldwide. Now this notice board, suppose this notice board is nothing but a notice board for a World Wide Web. So this information, whatever you are going to put it in this notice board is a canvas, you can say, or any letter template you have which will be published to all over the world. So anyone who will reach out to this notice board can access that information. So this is what the example to understand what is actually an HTML. So the notice board is a browser. The sticky notes are the HTML information. We have designed this. We have to design this notice board and come up with a web application. Now there are two types of web applications: static web application and the dynamic. So in case of static, we don't need any server deployment. In dynamic, we need the server deployment. So the server is nothing but the IP port, IP address and the port number that is specific. Now static is just not going to be implemented anymore. Now let's take a look at the HTML page design. When it comes to the designing of a notice board, you can have a header or a footer or a navigation and a body and a menu. So this is a typical form of design. You can design it many ways. These days you have more interactive and fancy looking and user interface, comfortable for user interface kind of design. So this is just a basic to understand how we can make an HTML page. So header will include your title, or header will take your all kind of user first impression. Whenever it visit to the web page, what it will look for him. If it is a school application, then welcome to the school. If it is a library, welcome to the library. So any kind of online services, you can mention it in the header with some little description or tagline or punchline or anything to make it fancy and impressive. We have footer, navigation, body, menu. Now these are the tags. HTML is a hypertext markup language, as we all know, and these are written in tags. All you need to just have tags and setting it up, and just put these standards of these markup language accordingly. Like we have a head HTML, inside the HTML we have to write up all the stuff and put it all the sticky notes of the notice board, like header and then title and then body, and then inside the body you have to pass the sticky note messages in the notice board, since this is paragraph or welcome to the school, or the result is being declared on this date and this event is going to be having there, the guest is going to visit here. So any kind of information you can put it inside the body tag. Now let's take a look at the demonstration. So to execute the HTML static web page, all you need a notepad, and as the HTML code you can see the tags. I just wanted to show you the simple way. HTML and head and title, and title will be your welcome to Tech Ranch. Title close. Whenever you create a tag, whenever you start a tag, you have to have an end of a tag. That's the basic rule of making an HTML page. So once the title is done, you can close the header. Now we can start body, and inside the body you can write it down P, or to highlight you have H1, H2 header lines, something like this. Welcome to Tech Ranch. So if you see here, I can show you some difference on this. I'll just copy paste this. You will see the difference of what is H2 and H3. These are the header font sizes, different font sizes. There are 5 types of header files. You can find it, and this is 6. So, and to just simply give as a new line, we give the break tag. This is called break. You see? So this will start from the next line then. And these are the small basic tags you will see. Suppose we need to have things for your help and support. Now we have learned the break tag. Next tag, we need to know about how we can make a space. Tech Ranch. So this is a complete word. I need to put the break and I need to put the space. So this is called space, NDSP. So this will make a space between two words. You will see and understand it better when we actually work. Now let's close the body tag. This is not case sensitive, so you don't have to be specific. It's just that maintain the tag case sensitivity if you are having. So this is our first HTML. So all you need to just save that notepad of code which you have written in the HTML tag as an .html extension, and I have saved it in a desktop. So let's see the execution. So you see, welcome to TechRaj. All you need to open it in a browser, because browser is a space all over the world which will give you a notice board. Now this is my notice board, and here I'm writing my content like announcements or results, declaration, any information you want to publish to all over the World Wide Web. So this is a static page. Once it is deployed in a server or it is deployed in a specific domain, then it will be published to all over the World Wide Web. So this will give you a user interface to interact with the information what you provided all over the World Wide Web. So this is the demonstration of very first hello HTML file, and you can see here this is the H1 size, header size, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6, and here we have seen some content and with one break, and we have learned the space, how to make a space between two words in HTML. Now let's take a look at the HTML important facts. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It describes the structure of a web page. It consists of series of elements. These elements tell the browser how to display the content. HTML elements are represented by tags, and HTML tags label pieces of content such as heading, paragraph, table, and so on. Browsers do not display the HTML tags, but use them to render the content of the page. So this is all about the HTML introduction. We'll see more about HTML tags in the next session in detail. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more upcoming interesting videos. Let's make coding fun.